From the time the first residential electric refrigerator was introduced in 1913, all the way until 1954, every refrigerator had to be periodically manually defrosted. This process took hours to complete and was usually done by unplugging the fridge, removing all the items from inside, then melting all of the accumulated frost and ice, usually by placing bowls of hot water inside the fridge to help speed up the process. The air we breathe contains moisture, and because the temperature of the refrigerant that flows through the evaporator is below the freezing point of water, frost begins to build up on the outside of the evaporator during the cooling cycle. If this frost is left alone, it will continue to accumulate, eventually engulfing the entire evaporator and evaporator fan in compacted frost and ice. If there's no evaporator fan to circulate the cold air, the refrigerator is going to start cooling a lot more unevenly. In 1954, Amana, now owned by Whirlpool, introduced the first self-defrosting residential refrigerator. Most modern-day residential refrigerators are self-defrosting, which means they'll cool until they reach a specific temperature, then they'll turn off the compressor and cooling fans and enter into a defrost cycle. Self-defrosting refrigerators incorporate a defrost heater to melt the accumulated frost off the evaporator. The frost melts off the evaporator and turns into liquid water, which then drains into a shallow pan with a drain hole beneath the evaporator, continuing to make its way through the refrigerator via a drain tube. This drain tube leads down into the refrigerator's drip tray, which is located near the condenser and compressor. The heat radiating from the compressor and condenser help to evaporate the water inside the drip tray, while the condenser fan blows the hot, humid air out from underneath the refrigerator, speeding up the process. And when everything is functioning correctly, the water in the drip tray will evaporate as though the refrigerator has its own built-in rain cycle.